Now, if you're interested in Essex-based crime stories, or true crime overall, please press the subscribe button to be notified of future videos. But please be aware, however, that some of the content of the videos may contain graphic or offensive images and language. I do find that generally makes people stay though, not leave. The following is an article in My London, published online, on the murders of Maxine Arnold and Terry Gooderham, who were killed in Epping Forest in 1989. By Holly Evans. The 29th of December 2022. Mystery of Walthamstow couple who were kidnapped from their home and executed, gangland style. For more than 30 years, the families of an East London couple have remained clueless as to why the two were brutally murdered in an execution-style killing a few short days before Christmas. Despite the Met Police retaining a success rate of solving 90% of homicide cases, the fatal shooting of Terry Gooderham and Maxine Arnold has remained a mystery, with multiple theories as to why the couple would be driven from their home in Walthamstow to be murdered in Essex. The two had been eating dinner when they were rushed out Maxine's flat on December 22, 1989, with their bodies later found in the early hours by a routine police patrol. They had been mercilessly shot in Terry's car down a small wooded lane, with the engine left running after their killers made their escape. Despite multiple public appeals, a cold case review launched in 2012 and last year, nobody has ever been charged with their murder and justice is yet to be served. At the time of their murders, Terry was an accountant and pub stock taker for bars across London, whilst Maxine worked at an insurance company. The couple were enjoying an evening together at Maxine's flat in Walthamstow before their bodies mysteriously appeared in Essex. One thing that was clear was that Maxine and Terry had left her flat on Shernhall Street in East London in a rush. According to reports, the couple had been eating a dinner of sausages and mashed potatoes at the time, and had previously planned to meet other friends. When Maxine's mum visited the flat, she found the meal still in the lounge, with the gas fire and the Christmas tree lights on. At 6:45 p.m., Maxine received a phone call from a colleague, who said that she had sounded rushed and that she had told her that she was taking Terry somewhere. It would be the last time anybody ever spoke to Maxine before she was killed. Their bodies were found by a police patrol car at 3:50 a.m. in Epping Forest, which was several hundred yards from any houses. The spot was known as a lover's lane. They had both been shot in the head from the behind, with a post-mortem indicating that Terry had been shot first before their killers turned the gun on Maxine. She had suffered defensive injuries to her hand which indicated that she had attempted to protect herself. The police officers who discovered the gruesome crime scene noted that the engine was still running and the lights were in Terry's black Mercedes 190E saloon car. It has remained a puzzling feature of this murder case how Terry and Maxine came to be in Epping Forest that evening. They were not familiar with the area, and in their rush to leave their home, Maxine had left her black handbag whilst Terry had left his wallet and watch. Following a police appeal for information, which included asking other couples who frequented Lover's Lane to come forward, several witnesses said they had seen a Mercedes being driven erratically along Epping Road. The car was seen swerving and flashing its lights as though to attract attention, with witnesses reporting that a man was seated in the back seat. Another witness came forward to say that they had seen the Mercedes being driven between Montrose Motors at Buckhurst Hill and the Wake Arms roundabout between 7:15 p.m. and 7:45 p.m. that evening. It was later confirmed that the murder weapon had been a 12-bore shotgun. The Met Police initially believed that they had been going to meet someone en route or at the spot where they were found, and that there was no evidence that either of them had been involved in drug dealing or any criminality. An investigation did reveal, however, that Terry had been in a secret relationship with another woman, which Maxine, his partner of 7 years, is not believed to have known about. She was later ruled out of the investigation and was dismissed as a suspect. It is now generally accepted that the couple were kidnapped from their homes and driven at gunpoint to the secretive location. Officers believe that Maxine was simply at the wrong place at the wrong time, whilst Terry was the real target of the killing. On the 30th anniversary of the deaths, a Mirror investigation revealed that their executions had been linked to associates of the Cray twins. They reported that Scotland Yard had obtained the names of 4 gangland figures within days of the killings, but a whistleblower detective claimed that corrupt police officers had protected the suspects. It was claimed that Terry had become aware through his work of a scam involving the hijacking of booze lorries to supply a pub protection racket. He had supposedly become nervous about his awareness of the scam and was going to inform the police, when he was kidnapped and killed. According to a police officer who spoke anonymously to the Mirror, he had been told by an informant that a suspect had corrupt police contacts, and this was logged and handed to the investigating officers. However, a senior Met police officer later told the officer that the informant had retracted all his claims. This led to a cold case review in 2012 by retired Detective Chief Superintendent Albert Patrick, who confirmed that the 3 suspects who had been in the frame for the killing, and a 4th who had driven the getaway car, had been members of a London crime gang. Ronnie and Reggie Cray both received life sentences for murder in 1969, and were locked behind bars at the time Terry and Maxine were killed. Despite this new information coming to light, the murders remain unsolved, and Maxine's mum Violet died without ever discovering who had murdered her daughter. The case remains open, with a new police review of the evidence announced in 2021. A Met Police spokesperson said on Wednesday, June 22, the case is being reviewed after a former officer presented possible new information. These murders were subject to a homicide investigation at the time. As with all unsolved cases, these murders are subject to periodic review to consider if they can be advanced with the passage of time. No charges have been brought. The murders were last reviewed in 2015, but the case could not be progressed further. The MPS has recently been contacted by a former officer presenting possible new information relating to the murders, and the case is now being reviewed again as is normal practice. A review does not mean the case has been reopened or is being reinvestigated. If you like this video, and enjoy Essex crime stories, please press the subscribe button. Thanks for watching.